Hello everybody, myself Professor Pallavi Kulin. So today we are going to see about the drip irrigation system. First we'll go for the content of the topic, that is introduction, what is drip irrigation, need of drip irrigation, components of drip irrigation system, typical layout of drip irrigation system, advantages of drip irrigation system. So first we'll move towards the introduction of drip irrigation system. So drip irrigation is also known as a trickle irrigation or the micro irrigation. To supply the sufficient moisture to the root of the crops prevents the water stress. A major difference between drip irrigation system and the most other system is that the balance between crop evapotranspiration and applied water. Next is what is drip irrigation. So in this system, water is delivered directly to the soil near the roots of the plant through the special outlet device called as an emitter or the dripper. Water supply drip by drip at a very slow rate, that is 2 to 10 liters per hour. The water applied near the root zone spreads laterally as well as vertically due to the capillary action in the soil. This is the image about the drip irrigation system, how the water drops out. Next is why is the need of it? So need for the drip irrigation is to use the water efficiently, no water to the runoff or evaporation. It reduces the water contact with a crop leaves, stem and fruits. Agricultural chemicals can be applied more efficiently. Drip irrigation is useful for the crops. For the fruit crops like banana, pomegranate, grapes, citrus, pineapple, watermelon, mango. Vegetable crops like cabbage, cauliflower, potato, chilies, radish, brinjal, capsicum, bhindi, beans, baby corn, carrots, cucumber, ash gourd, and commercial crops like cotton. Main components of drip irrigation. So water source, pumping system, distribution system, drip tap, injectors and filtration system. So this is the typical layout of drip irrigation system. Next is the water sources. So the common water source for the drip irrigations are the surface water, groundwater and the potable water. Use of the water source that will provide a largest amount of the water of the greatest quality and the lowest cost. So this is the water supply or the water source. Next is the pumping system. So the role of the pumping system is to move the water from the water source to the field through the distribution system. Pumping system may be classified as electrical powered systems, gas diesel powered systems or the gravity systems. So this is the pumping system. Next one is the distribution system. The role of the distribution system is to convey the water from the source to the field. Distribution system may be above the ground or under the ground. Pipes are the most commonly made up of the PVC or the polyethylene plastics. Aluminium pipes are also used but are more difficult to customize, cut and repair. So these are the distribution systems in the field. Next is the drip tap. So the drip irrigation system delivers the water to the each plant through the thin polyethylene tape or the tubes with regularly spaced small holes. In the field, drip irrigation tap should be installed with the emitters upward looking up to prevent the cloggings. So these are the emitters. Next one is the injectors. So injectors allow the introduction of the fertilizers, chemicals and the maintenance products into the irrigation system. The most common injectors used with a small drip irrigation systems are the Venturi injectors and a Dosatron. Because the Venturi injectors involves no moving parts and are less expensive, they are commonly used on a small farms. So these are the Venturis. Next is the filtration system. So the filtration system removes the large solid particles in a suspensions in the water. Uses of types of the filters is based upon the type of the particles in the water. A rapid clogging may occur when no filters is used. A drip irrigation system should never be operated without the filter, even if the filter requires clogged drip tap emitters, often resulting in a poor uniformity and sometimes in a crop loss. So these are the filters. So next we'll see the advantages of drip irrigation. So maximum use of the water, available water, no water being available to the weeds, maximum crop yield, high efficiency in the use of the fertilizers, low labor and relatively low operation cost, no soil erosion, no runoff of the fertilizers into the groundwater, less evaporation losses of the water as compared to the surface irrigation, improves the seed germination. Next, we'll see the application. Drip irrigation is used by the farms, commercial greenhouses, and the residential greenhouses for the cultivation in the roof gardens, in a shopping malls and embankments, in steep slopes. Last is the conclusion. So, the drip irrigation is a latest subsurface method of irrigation, irrigating the water with a higher water demands in arid region. It may not be applicable to all the farms yet. When properly designed, installed, and managed, drip irrigation may achieve a water conservation by reducing the evaporation and the deep drainage when compared to the other types of irrigation, such as a flood or the overhead sprinklers. Since the water can be more precisely applied to the plant roots, in addition, drip can eliminate many diseases that are spread through the water contact with the foliage. So, thank you. This was all about the drip irrigation system.